y'all, welcome back. So I am making beef stew. So let me show you how to do it. So you have a pot, then we put some olive oil in there on the bottom of the pan. So I bought some beef chuck, and I cut it up into cubes, and I seasoned it with onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, all that good stuff. And then we're gonna sear it in the pan. Sorry, that didn't drop in the pot. I got scared. I almost burned myself. Yeah, so you're gonna sear it on both sides. Oh, and I also added flour as well to the seasoning, so that the seasoning can stick to the meat. This is the part where I just flip it to the other side. As you can see the golden brown. That's what you want on both sides. You're not going to really cook it all the way because towards the end, that's when you put everything together, it's going to cook itself in the pot because you want the meat to be tender. You don't want it to be like chewy, right? right here, as you see, I'm taking out the meat out of the pot, sorry. Because we're gonna put it back in later. So whatever that's at the bottom, we're gonna leave that. We're not gonna clean it or wash it off. We're gonna use that same season that's at the bottom. We're gonna take our olive oil again, and we're gonna oil the bottom of our pan. And then what we have here, I think. Okay, so then we have the onion. We're gonna drop our onion in there. And we want them to be translucent. So we'll mix that together. We don't want the thing to burn because then we're gonna add our celery. We'll do the same as well. Make sure we don't want to burn our onions and our celery. You have to keep mixing because once it leaves there, it's going to burn. So you want to try to keep mixing it, keep mixing it. After mixing it, we're going to add our tomato paste. And we're going to add probably a spoonful. Add it to the pot. Add it to like 1.5 teaspoons of tomato paste. And we're going to mix that together with the celery and the onion. Next, we're going to add a whole can of beef broth. Literally the whole can. Here's like a little mess up what I did. I feel like I should have let the tomato paste break down a little bit more so I can add it on to like the vegetables and then I can add the beef stock. But I was like in a rush in a way because I was very hungry and I came home from work. So please do not judge me. I'm trying my best. I'm gonna let that cook, and then I added another can of beef stock and let that mix. I mean, the tomato paste is still gonna break down itself, but you know, I didn't have time, so yeah. In the meantime, we're gonna add our garlic powder. Then we're going to add our onion powder. After that, we're also going to add our paprika to give it a nice color, like a nice burnt orange color, per se. And then we're going to add a ground black pepper. Mix that well, very, very well. then here, that's where we're gonna add the meat that we seared on the frying pan originally, and then we're gonna add it into there and let the broth do its work. Let it do its work. Let it cook it. Make it tender. It's gonna be great. So we're gonna cover it and probably like wait for like another like 20, almost an hour, because this takes about like 3 hours to make. So after about like 2 hours, if the water starts to run down, we add water. So after the 2 hours, I added potatoes and carrots. As you can see like the gravy forming in, and you see like the beef is getting tender a little bit, but I still want a little more. I also add a bay leaf. I add a bay leaf, thyme, and also add a rosemary to the stew as well. So you want to cook until the meat is tender. And here's my plate. I made it with white rice, and I also made it with cornbread with the Jiffy box. So I hope you guys enjoy and have a good one. Bye.